Hello guys. So our today's topic is sets. जैसा कि आप सब लोग जानते होंगे sets. It's a very small topic, but it is a very important topic to understand. That's why I will tell you the basics and the fundamentals of all types of sets and what are the things which we use in sets. What are the applications of sets? Because it is very important to understand the sets because इसका application हर जगह होता है, right? Like if you will study into higher classes, you will see in Venn diagrams, coordinate geometry, or relations, functions. So it is very important to understand the sets. Okay, so वैसे तो बहुत easy है, so we will try to understand it. Okay, so first of all I will tell you what is set. See, a set is a well defined collection of objects. Okay, so as per the definition, it is a collection of some objects or all objects of the same kind. That means the objects, or we can say the elements which are present into a set, should have something in common, right? So that is called a set. For example, in and it is denoted by capital letter, right? So likewise I will tell you with an example. For example, I will denote a set A, and suppose I want to write the vowels of the English alphabet. Okay, so I will write A, E, I, O, and Q. Okay, so these are the vowels which I know. Okay, and these are a part of this set A, right? So guys, this is a representation of a set in mathematical form. Okay, and this form is what we call the roster form. This is called the roster form representation, right? In which A, E, I, and U are the elements. See, these are all elements. So this is the basic terminology which I am telling you all. All these are called the elements, and the number of elements is 5. So how we denote it? N. Let me tell you how we denote the number of elements in a set. Suppose there are n elements, then n of A is 5 numbers. Okay, so this is the roster form representation of a set. Okay, now let me just take another example of a set, and we generally represent the set by a capital letter of the English alphabet. Okay, like I have taken A over here, मैंने यहाँ पर A लिखा है. We can also write B, C, D, or X, or Y, any. Okay, so now let me just take another set. Let's say I have another set which is denoted by B, and I want to write it as X, and X equals to N, where n belongs to natural number, right? So this is something different representation of a set. So it means that what I have written here, x, B is a set which contains an element x, and x equals to n. What is n over here? The condition is n is a natural number. So n can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So if we want to write the set in another form, what we can write in place of this is 1, because these are the natural numbers, right? Okay, and dash 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 dash, because we cannot write all the natural numbers. So this is the set which we have written over here. But let me tell you what, this representation of set which I have written over here in the language, it is called set builder form, right? So this is the set builder form, right? So these are the two types of representation of the sets, which are roster form and set builder form. Now we will see some more examples on this so that you can understand it in a better way. Okay. Now see, here we have a question written: write solution of the equation x square plus x minus 2 equals to 0 in roster form. Okay, so the meaning of the question is simple, that the question is asking us to write the solution of this equation in the roster form. So since it is a quadratic equation and we will have two values of x as the solution, and we will have to write those two values in the roster form. Am I right? Right. So let's just do it. So what is the equation? X square plus x minus 2 equals to 0. This is the equation, I guess. So what will be the factors when we will do factorization? X square plus 2x minus x minus 2 equals to 0. Is that right? So taking x as common, x plus 2, and here we will take minus 1 as common, and then again x plus 2, right? So after factorizing, we can write it like this, right? So the solutions we are getting from here is x equals to 1 and minus 2. So according to the question, what we have to do, we have to write these solutions in roster form. So we will write it as a set A, right, equals to, and the solutions in it is 1 comma minus 2 and curly bracket closed. Okay, so remember, whenever we represent the set, we represent it in the curly brackets. Fine, you can note it down if you want. Okay, so now let's see another example so that we can understand it in a more better way. Okay, so here there is a question. The question says write set. It is the set is written in the set builder form. Can you see it? X is an element and x is a positive integer and x square is less than 40. Okay, and we have to write this set in roster form. Roster form means we have to write all the elements differently into the set. So what we have to do, first of all we will have to find all those elements. Okay, so since x is an element and x is a positive integer, so positive integers starts from 1. Okay, and it is also saying that the square of that positive integer should be less than 40. So we will see the numbers starting from 1. Okay, so first of all we will write 1. Square of 1 is 1, which is less than 40, right? And then we will take 2. Square of 2, which is less than 40. We will take 3. The square of 3 is 9, which is again less than 40. And then the number 4. Square of 4, which is again less than 40, which is 16. Then the number 5. The square of the number 5 is 25, which is again less than 40. We will take number 6. The square of 6 is 36, which is again less than 40. So can we take number 7? The square of 7 is 49, but it is a positive integer. So we cannot take 7 because the square of 7 is greater than 40. So as per the question, the numbers which should be the elements of the set are these only. Okay, so we have to write them into the roster form. To write them into the roster form, we will represent it like this: the set A, okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, right? I think you may have understood it. Okay, can we move to next example? Okay, so let's see another example. See, here we have a question: write set A, and the set is given in roster form already. Okay, and it is kind of an infinite series like 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. Can you see that? Yeah, now we have to write it in set builder form. So if we have to write it in set builder form, then there could be some relation in all the elements, or because these are a part of the set, so there must have been something in common. So first of all we will see, let's see, observe 1, 4. 4 is a square of 2, 3. 9 is a square of 3. 16 is a square of 4. 25 is a square of 5. Okay, so these numbers are written like 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, and so on, right? So now we can observe from here that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then so on. What are these? These are a set of natural numbers, right? So since these are a set of natural numbers and we have to write their squares in the set, so how we can denote it? let's see हम लोग इसको किस तरीके से लिखते हैं. We will write a set A, okay, and to write it in the set builder form, we will write an element X which exists in A, okay, and X, and this X is equals to, since it is a square, we will write it as n square, right, and we will give it condition where n belongs to natural number, because if, see, we have given condition here that n should be only natural number, n cannot be any integer, or n cannot be any negative number or a whole number. N should not be also 0 because it is starting from 1, so we can only give it as a natural number, right? So this is the set builder form of the above set, okay.